Shuffle the deck and spread out the cards. Try to find the meaning. Pentacles, cups, swords, wands, and a hermit. What am I saying? This is pretty bad tarot. Welcome to another episode of Pretty Bad Tarot. I am your host, Emily Milling. This is the show where I give very unqualified tarot readings to people who indulge me, and we try to figure out if the reading makes their lives better or worse. So far, everyone says I make their lives better because I think they're being nice, but today's guest may not have that opinion. I have with me the very exceptionally talented, musically inclined, amazing, wonderful human being, Emily Meadows. Hello and welcome. How are you?
Hello. Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for that intro. That's so kind. Oh my goodness. Those words of affirmation make me feel so good. I'm on cloud nine now. I'm doing great.
Good. Yes. Scream them at yourself in the mirror every day to feel 1,000,000,000% better. That's guaranteed. Emily, tell us who you are and all of the things about you and the summer camps and the Robert Munch and whatnot.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, my name's Emily, and I am an actor, singer, dancer from Winnipeg, originally, Treaty 1 territory, and I have a bachelor's degree in musical theater performance. That is a real thing you can get a bachelor's degree in.
Very fancy.
And since I graduated school, I was doing some work in Toronto, some work in Winnipeg, and I had started the Second City Conservatory, and that's where Emily and I met.
It's true. And then we had a showdown. At least we attempted to multiple times. We tried really hard because we were both blonde at the time. You're still blonde. I'm not. And we were going to have like a Sharks versus Jets kind of thing that almost happened. I feel like we were on the cusp of it, and then it all shut down and it was sad.
Yeah. Yeah, I was so new to like sketch comedy and improv and all of that, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is just like, and our class too was fabulous and
so good.
It's like, oh, for about like a month, things will shut down, and then we'll be back in like 6 or 8 weeks. And that was a year and a half ago.
It was so long ago. It feels like no time has passed. I was thinking about this the other day that like, I still think it's January of 2021, and like I don't remember that 7 months have gone by. Mm-hmm. Which is wild to me. I guess I just don't understand time anymore, but maybe that's just a normal function of human life when you get old. I don't know that because I've never been this old before either.
Exactly. Yeah, I wonder the same thing. I read somewhere, or maybe if it wasn't like I read as in like it was a reputable source, or it was like a Tumblr post or something.
It was a headline of a very salacious article. A man with 15 toes says COVID isn't real. Yeah,
it was in that same issue of the paper with that same headline. No. But it was saying how like when you're younger and time seems to go by not slower, but like you definitely like feel the length of a year when you're like a kid or in high school, because part of that is like there's so many sort of like bookmark events, and like your first time you get your driver's license and you finish grade 11, grade 12, you graduate to do all this. And because for a lot of us, life has been so monotonous and just like the same thing every day. And it's not like, it's like, oh, we went on a trip for this amount of time, or I went to see this thing. It's just all blends together. So it's just one really long chapter, but it doesn't seem that long.
I know. I mean, like the major trip I took recently was out to BC to see my family. I went last week, and it was so nice. My mom and I found a winery. It's like 10 minutes from her house, and now she has a membership, so we can go there whenever we want for tastings when I'm in BC. But the only other notable trip I took was when I walked down to the occult shop and bought my tarot cards, and that was it. It's been a long haul. Gosh. Yeah. Okay, so what, like, on this topic of tarot cards, what's your question that I can answer with my tarot cards today? Let's see if we can find an answer for you.
The world is, or Canada is opening up a little bit more, or like like travel is becoming, I don't know if it's actually safer or it's like just more legal now.
It's legal.
We legalized travel.
It's economically required is basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am just curious if like taking like a trip or like a vacation or something, if that's like when in my future is it really close or have I still got a while to wait? And like, what kind of vacation is it? Where am I going? Is it a relaxing vacation? Am I seeing lots of museums, doing lots of stuff because things are open?
Yes.
So just sort of like, what does my next vacation look like? Is there even a vacation on my horizon? What does your next
vacation look like? Oh, wow. Well, I mean, you already shared that you're coming to Toronto for no more than 3 days to collect your belongings and then take them back with you. It's devastating. What a sad event. But, you know, while you're here, I would encourage you to check out Nothing. Nothing has changed. So there's that. There's literally nothing going on. The mall is open, though. I did go to the mall. Okay, so let's look at your upcoming vacation, if whatever is going to happen situation. So what kind of a spread should I do for this? Not past, present, future. Maybe situation, action, outcome, possibly.
That sounds perfect. Yeah.
These things keep popping out. I think when cards pop out, you're supposed to read them, but I haven't had the brain capacity to do that yet. Okay, whenever you're ready, say when, and I will cut the deck into 3, and then I will put it back together in a regular pile, and then we will start the reading.
All right. Let's see. Okay, and stop. And cut.
Cutting the deck. Great. Reassembling the deck. Okay. What did I say? Situation, action, outcome. Yes. Okay. So first we have the star reverse. This is the situation. The star reverse is like, wow, you could totally have whatever you want, but something's in your way. Gosh, I wonder what that could be. Huh. Interesting. And then we have the action, which is the hermit, but she's also reversed, and she's like, get me the fuck out of here. Literally as soon as possible. I'm so done being inside. And then finally the outcome, which is the 9 of Cups. And this is fulfillment, and it's also reversed. And it's like, I'm going to take a trip, and this is just going to be shit. I feel like what we're talking about is your 3-day venture to Toronto, but I wonder if there could be more. What do you think so far?
I don't, like... I was definitely like, okay, so you know what? There's something in the way. And I'm like, yes, we all know what that is. She's a hermit. Yes, we are aware of that. I'm like, that means the outcome. We're gonna step away from this. We're gonna see something new. The trip is gonna be fantastic, but it is the opposite of that. Like if what the outcome was gonna be, is it gonna be something new and exciting? And
but I mean, like so far, it looks like probably not. It looks like. Yeah. You really wanted this to be fulfilling, and it's just not going to be. So, unfortunately, alas and alack. So let's just look deeper into these cards. Why not? Okay. So we have the 4 of Cups here. Meditation, also reverse. Everything I'm pulling is upside down, by the way. And I only really partially know how to interpret that, which is kind of just the opposite of whatever the card says. Ooh! The 2 of Swords is coming up regular, and it's the decision card. And then we have Destitution, reverse. Okay. So, and I think this card, because I've had it before when it's like reverse, and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm about to be broke. It's like, no, it's okay. When it's reverse, it means you're recovering from being financially absolutely destitute. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true for me yet, but I like where this is going. So like, okay, like you've had a lot of time to think about your life, I guess, with this meditation thing. You're like, I'm done. I don't want to be doing that anymore. And you've got a decision to make. You have to go into some sort of body of water and you have to make a decision according to this card. And this woman who is streaking out with 2 swords into some water, and she's like, I'm making a call. I'm gonna do it. And whether or not it leaves me emotionally destitute or I'm recovering from a financial destitution, I gotta make this choice. and this is like your past. This is where you were before. How does that resonate at all? Possibly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, just thinking about that. Because for all you listeners out there, I was explaining to Emily, or telling Emily, how I came back to Winnipeg in like late March 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, thinking it would be like a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and I'm still here. Yet my apartment in Toronto is still there, and I'm still paying that rent. So it's just a super expensive storage locker at this point.
That's so expensive.
And like, luckily I'm not like completely destitute on the street. It's really hard watching that money leave my bank account each month.
Seriously, and you can't even do it. Your stuff is just like living it up. It's just living it up somewhere in another province. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, that was your past. Now let's move on to, or no, it was situation. I don't know. I can't even remember the spread we're doing. So this was the situation, and this is the action. So the action is so far is that the hermit lady is like, got me the fuck out of here. And then we have the Princess of Wands, and she's going on an exploration with her wand into another body of water. So I guess you're going to somewhere with water. That could be Lake Ontario, because that is in Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we have the Two of Cups. It's also called Union. Maybe you'll head to Union Station.
I wonder.
I don't know. Oh, and then we have the Nine of Wands, resilience. So even after this really boring trip where you only really got to check out and explore Union Station, you're like, I still have some hope that there is going to be something nice for me eventually after this stupid Toronto trip. Perhaps. What do you think? Do you think this is maybe like on the right track? Because we're about to get to the outcome. Do you think that this Union Station visit will get you out of this destitution land and this decision that you've had to make for yourself?
I mean, I hope so. Like, we all know Union Station is a magical place.
Oh, so magical. Full of so many smelly people.
Yeah, just everywhere you go. I'm also wondering if I'm going to be in Toronto for a very short time, but what if I just like run into someone on the street, like an old flame or an old friend, and sort of like that kind of union happens at Union Station, maybe even. I don't know.
Probably at Union. Well, and it's reversed too, right? So if you run into an old flame, it's probably someone you don't want to see. And it's going to be one of those situations where you're like, oh shit. Don't let them see me. And then you look up and you're like, oh shit, they saw me. And then you're like, fuck, now I have to talk to them. And then it turns out both of you are riding to Union Station, and like you have to sit beside each other on the subway for like a good solid 20 minutes, like from St. Clair down to Union. And you're like, this is the worst thing that could have happened to me on my Toronto trip. I just wanted to go out into a large body of water with my swords, and here I am. I have to talk to you, butthead. Fun fact, you're gonna run into me.
We'll record that for the follow-up to this.
Yes. I've just been following you this whole time, and I'm like, guess what? Here I come. All right, let's look at the outcome. This very unfulfilling feeling you have with your outcome right now. So, oh God. You've got the Three of Swords, and it's reverse. It's just a shitload of swords stabbing through your heart. And then you've got the Ten of Cups, which is harmony. Oh, that's very exciting. Look at all these cups. There's a lot of cups happening here for you. And then you have the reverse Temperance. So she's like, I'm back at this water. I guess I'm here, and I guess this is okay. And all of this heartbreak from this person I had to ride to Union Station with is done. I'm done reflecting on it, and I just want to sit on a beach. I have a feeling you're gonna go to somewhere beachy, because it's literally all water and people on beaches going into water.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe my Toronto visit, I think with all of the bodies of water coming up here, I think I'm definitely going to have to just take a quick dip into Lake Ontario.
Ooh.
Just for the cards. Just kidding.
Yeah, when you come out, you'll have a third eye or something. Yeah. I don't know if that's a great idea. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just dip my toe. But my family has a cottage on Lake Winnipeg. Lake Winnipeg is like the big lake in Manitoba. And there's lots of different like cottage and beach communities all around it. And so I've been going there for some weekends, which has been pretty nice, going to the beach with this hot weather. So maybe I need to do the dip the toe in Lake Ontario, dip the toe in Lake Winnipeg.
Yeah. And then maybe, dip a toe in an ocean instead of a lake.
Oh, I love oceans.
Yeah. They're pretty good. They're pretty salty. They're salty little snacky doos is what they are. Well, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that you are mad about Toronto. You don't want to be in it, and you want to go to a lake or an ocean, and that is all I know. That is all I can understand. And you're just like, please let me go as soon as I can get the hell out of here. And maybe at the end of it, I don't know why they're all upside down still, but maybe at the end of it, you can turn your star woman around and she'll be right side up, and you'll be like, oh, I can't do anything again. Yeah. And I like that card too for you, because it's like kind of like a performer's card. I like to think like she's a star, but like she's upside down because you can't go do anything. You can't be the star you truly are.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's tough.
That's all I got for you. So what do you think? Did this make your life better or worse?
This whole experience, the getting to chat with you, the tarot reading, being asked to be on a podcast, that has made my life so much better. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Just sort of the sad outlook from what the cards are telling me, making me, a little wary about this trip. Maybe not that I was like super excited anyway, but just not to get my hopes up that it's going to be, like nothing
3
special.
days to change your life at Union Station. Ugh, gross. Okay, well, so we'll call that a middling reading, I guess. Hooray! You're the first honest person to say this has made my life worse. I'm so excited about this. Oh, man. Okay, now we've come to the part of the show where it's time for you to plug literally everything you can about yourself. Where should people go find you? What should they go look at?
Good question. So I'm on Instagram.
Nice.
At Emily Eva Meadows, EmilYEvaMeadows. I haven't been doing too much creatively the last year. So I don't have any special thing to plug. I haven't even, I think I've posted on Instagram twice in the last 7 months.
Wow. That's a record.
But I think that's the only thing I can think of that I can give people if they want to come find me.
Great. Well, I'll make sure that link is in the show notes. Amazing. Okay. What am I plugging this week? I don't even remember when this episode airs, but there was definitely a sketch that came out on Wednesday that I made, because I put out sketches every Wednesday now, because that is just, my way of continuing creativity in les times du pandemic. And then also, what else? This show comes out every Friday, and if you want new episodes in your inbox, you can get them by going to emilymilling.com/newsletter, and you can either watch this on YouTube or you can listen to it wherever you get your podcasts. I don't know where you're tuning in from right now, but now you know where it is also available otherwise. And finally, to wrap up this lovely episode, I have a yes or no question someone actually asked me on Instagram. After me asking 1,000 billion times, send me a yes or no question. WTF Amicon, or maybe it's WT Famicon, I don't know, sent me this question. Is Gremlins 2 the best sequel ever? And so now we need to consult the cards to find out if Gremlins 2 is the best sequel ever. Are you ready for this? And you can weigh in as well if you want to just impart your own bias upon this question. Let's see. Is Gremlins 2 the best sequel ever? What do we got? Boom! It's an upside down Queen of Cups intuition. So I guess this means no. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no. What do you think, Emily?
You know what? If, like, you were asking my personal opinion, I would absolutely agree with the cards, just because Shrek 2 is the best sequel ever and that will ever exist.
Why is that the movie that comes to Shrek 2? Oh my god. You know, Hotel Transylvania 2, though? Great movie.
Oh, that's one. I've seen Hotel Transylvania 2, but I haven't seen the first one.
Oh, well, I love them all, and there's a new one coming out, and I'm really excited because I'm a 5-year-old, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so this has been another episode of Pretty Bad Tarot. Again, thank you so much, Emily, for joining me. This has been awesome. I'm sorry I made your life worse, but there we go.
No, Emily, you didn't make my life worse. It was the cards.
It was the cards.
It was just the cards.
It was the cards and your stupid jerk ex, whoever, meeting you at Union Station. All right. Thanks again.
Thank you, Emily. Take care.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Pretty Bad Tarot with me, your host, Emily Milling. If you want to hear new episodes every Friday, make sure you follow this podcast wherever you listen. And hey, I'd love it if you left a review. You can even ask me a yes or no question and I just might answer it on the show. This podcast is produced by The Ultimate Creative.